Good morning, Mother Dixon. If you don't mind, give us a few of your thoughts about what you believe to be the most pressing issue in America today and how that makes you feel and personally affects you.
Well, I really feel that racism is one, and police brutality is another one. The reason I'm saying this is because of the killing that's going on. I don't watch the news that much because I can't hardly stand it. I have 3 children, several grandchildren, several great-grands. In fact, I'm rearing 2 great-grands now. One is 19 and one is 17. And I had them ever since they were 5 and 7. And every time my grandson goes out that door, I worry about him. I worry about her too, but more about him because he's a young man. And I remember how things were now. Before, we didn't know all of this until it happened. Now we have the phones and cameras, and we see. That's the heartbreaker. It breaks everybody's heart. And then when I think of the no knock, I think of me, even someone coming to my house, just bursting in. And I feel strongly about that. I think it's wrong. But I do know they did that back there when people were doing drugs and whatever else they were doing. And they didn't want the people to destroy the stuff before they got there. So there's no knock. But I definitely don't believe in the no knock system.
All these cop cars lined up all the way down. All the way down. They're bringing in more.
Okay, so tell us, if you don't mind, how does this compare to when you were growing up?
It's worse. It's worse. And that's the hurt part. Before, they would lynch people or just shoot them down. We didn't know it until after it happened. But to see what happened to the guy when they put the knee on his neck, that just was so sad. And to see them, a boy jogging, and to get out and start a fight with him and shoot him down, that's terrible. And the way they did the girl, was it Brianna?
Brianna Taylor.
The way they did her is terrible. And they're doing it everywhere. And it's just so sad. It's sad because we just don't know. Even the little boy that got killed the other day is so sad. And it just keeps you praying. We have to pray now more than ever for many things. Before, we prayed for a lot of things. You know, we wanted to be healed. We wanted our children to be good and go to college and do this and do the other. But it's serious now. It's about life. And that hurts me so, because I have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, then other children going to school. You think about church kids. You think about children that's just around us, and they're killing them, and it hurts.
Well, Mother Dixon, do you have any final thoughts? Anything that you want to share or express on today?
Well, many things happened back there, like when I was going to school. We didn't have a school bus. We didn't have a school bus. and the white children would come by and throw oranges at us. We picked oranges up and eat oranges, but they would, bam, just throwing oranges. But that was not good. But later on, we had a bus. We didn't have a lunchroom in the school, and my father and 4 more men went to the superintendent and asked for a lunchroom for the black children, just like the white children had a lunchroom. And eventually we got the lunchroom. But it's just, there was no comparison to black and white. Whites stayed basically in their place, and the blacks barely stayed in theirs. But however, I had a good life coming up. We were reared on a farm, and my father was a man that he didn't fear people. He had a shotgun and pistols and everything. So we did real well. We would go to the stores. They didn't bother us because those belonged to those children. And they knew if they bothered us, it would be a war right there. So we had friends, but we knew with all of that, we knew our place.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew they were who they were. So.
Okay, well, we thank you, Mother Dixon. That's it. So,
But I would like to say
Go ahead.
that things, it's I think now it's worse than it was back there. The John Lewis, the guy that was died not too long ago.
yes.
I remember seeing him on TV as a young man, being beat up and put in jail, and Martin Luther King and everybody. It was, and we had a lot of white people with us then. But now it seemed to be worse because my children marched, my sisters and brothers marched, my father marched, but my mother and I, we didn't. We just gave them water and cookies or whatever. But things are just, I think it's worse now than ever. So I do know that we have to pray, 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 and pray.